This video is about integrity. I call it small integrity. Lack of or poor integrity is like a 3-year-old looking around the house to see if mom is watching before shoving a big heaped teaspoon of sugar into her mouth, to opening your wallet wider and flashing new notes instead of getting out your driver's license to hand over to the officer of the law, to adding extra zeros in the general ledger to artificially cover monies you siphoned out or literally stolen from your employer. What is the measure of integrity? Are there levels of integrity? Think of a bank robber who uses a big magnum gun, swearing obscenities, or a quiet AK-47 wielding armed colleague with fiery eyes, looking at very scared bank customers during the lunch hour rush. Is the Magnum less menacing than the AK-47? Is it the weapon, toy gun real, that is menacing? Or the intent of the criminal that is scary? You could say that during the occurrence, you cannot tell. Only after surviving the ordeal will you be able to tell your story. We are all born innocent, but on our journey of life, so much happens that our natural integrity gets warped away, and we are left vulnerable and exposed to the elements of temptation and greed. Integrity, also called ethics, is an element of professionalism. In our goals and values statement, it's goal number 2, or part of goal number 2. Once upon a time, it was assumed that it was present in the local church minister, the shop owner, butcher, teacher, community leader, and the head of the household. They could all be relied upon to conduct their own affairs with honor. They were leaders, and a good leader, such as a business leader, should have vision and motivate every soul in the organization. While showing empathy, they should take suggestions from subordinates to produce the satisfaction customers expect. We frequently applaud the result of super profits in business, much more than the honest and the humble journey to get there. In this environment of the laissez-faire, dog-eat-dog world, that's what's been happening. Until about 20 years ago, when governments across the world started to legislate ethics following many corporate scandals at the end of the last millennium. That was because greed literally defined the way of doing business, led by criminals in suits, not overalls, wielding no guns, but CVs from reputable institutions. Suddenly into our vocabulary landed expressions like accounting irregularities, corrupt relationships, reckless corporate governance, etc. Some of the regulatory requirements for good governance are, I've got 3 here, important. Directors of companies should not be casual about their responsibilities envisaged by the Companies Act. Business leaders should define and continually evaluate internal controls and implement corrective measures. They must also give full cooperation to non-executive directors and independent auditors. Integrity is honesty. Honest people will not stick their hand into the cookie jar, even when no one is watching. It should not matter if we compare a heaped teaspoon of sugar, a few hundred rands, or 2 million or 100 million rands. The fact that it is not yours is the most important point, because the owner was not there or forgot about it, or you need it more than they do, and they maybe put it carelessly away is not the issue. The issue is it is not yours. I heard that someone once said, evil triumphs when good men or women do nothing. Yes, an ounce of potential corruption scooped out from the rotten bunch of people is a step in the right direction. It is like the case of a young girl throwing back into the ocean starfish, being ridiculed by an elderly man for the futility of the exercise. The few tossed back into the sea survived, although many thousands perished by the beach. Therefore, if more of us do our share, many, many more thousands would survive. Same as in business. In short, down with criminals, down with commercial criminals. We want saints to walk this world again. Thank you. This message about integrity, about ethics or honesty comes to you compliments of my Streetwise Business Masterclass.